Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Craft with Me where we are working on my summer sampler. I do not have my summer sampler journal to slap in front of us, but trust me when I say we are working on one. Here we are. Here is the summer sampler, full of summer yumminess and goodness and things that make me happy and are deep connections for me to summertime. And it has been really enjoyable and deeply satisfying to work on this journal. This year at this time, I don't know why, but there we are. So one of the things that we wanted to do is to do a zine, a fabric zine, using the fabrics that I have eco dyed or eco printed this summer. And of course there's trouble because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts. Here are many of the moving parts. So we've got the material, we've got some backing, we've got some additional material, we've got more material on top of that. We have our bin of threads, portable ort jar, and thimble, needles, scissors, etc. And possibly most important, we have a plan. And this is going to get really tangential very quickly, so bear with us while we get back to this. So there is online a community of organizations that are connected with universities all over the world. Those universities have agreed to offer to the planet, anybody who can create access via internet and a simple password, free courses. You can pay a little bit more and you can get the degree or like the official credit. But mostly what they are concerned with is being able to educate people, allow people who just have a cell phone to get access to high-end education. So there are places like edX, Coursera. I think there's probably a couple more if you Google them, but Coursera and edX are the ones that I am most familiar with. So I have, edX has a course called The Science of Well-Being. It is offered by Yale. It is Yale's most popular course, and it is that way possibly because it essentially teaches us how to be happy and not just, go do a thing and come back when you're done and you'll be happy, but using quantitative research to see what people think will make them happy versus what will make them happy, and then applying research to all of those things, presenting why the things that we think we want, which is called miswanting, won't actually make us happy in the long term. Things that we don't think will make us happy, but if we commit to doing those kind of practices, certainly will help. One of which is something I want to mention to Cindy at Studio Lou, who mentioned it in one of her recent videos, which is she goes out and intentionally makes eye contact and smile with people. That is literally listed as one of the things to create social contact that actually will make you happy. So it is not an accidental thing that you are doing, Cindy. It is backed by science. Anyway, so there's a whole long list. And then at the end of that, there is a methodology called WOOT, W-O-O-T, which allows you to then put into practice or uses the best psychological methods to create consistency with, I choose to, let's say, meditate every morning. Okay, so what's that going to look like? So on and so forth. Not just this harsh, perseverance at it, and if I don't do it, I am weak or lazy or whatever. So this method is called WOOT, and we are getting there. And WOOT stands for wish, best outcome, obstacles, and plan. So the wish is picking the thing that you want. So it is goal picking. Then if you pick that goal, what would the best outcome look like if you accomplish the goal? And so then you have a like a 4 or 5 word phrase, and then you sit with that and you bring that to mind. You think about it, you imagine all of the details to it. Then you move on to the obstacles, like what can you foresee as being blocks or obstacles to creating that outcome, and you list them all. And then you think about them and you bring all of those to mind. You look at not being able to accomplish your objectives. And then at the end, you create a plan that is, if this obstacle occurs, then I will fill in the blank. So at the end of the course of Science of Wellbeing, they have 4 weeks of bringing into practice all of the things that they have been teaching you. And one of the things that I wanted to work on is this whole idea of WOOT. And how does this function? So I have used, we're getting there, the exercise of creating a zine out of fabric, because I've had it on my list for, if you've been with me, you know that 3-4 weeks ago I decided this is what I was going to do. I haven't done anything with it, so there's possibly issues. So my wish is to finish a fabric zine. My best outcome is I have a fabric zine that I'm going to put into my summer sampler, and a lot of obstacles. And I am a planner by trade. I use performance. I'm a strategist as well. And so I'm very good at pointing out obstacles. And so I have been able to do, I don't know, about 10 or so. And these can be grouped into 3. And so one is that there are structural decisions that I have to make about the journal. Second one is that there's just a lot of steps. And then the third one is I have other things to do. So there's competition. This is going to take me a while. And who doesn't want to just be gluing in a journal? So my if-thens are, if I have decisions, I need to make a plan. If there's a lot of steps, I need to pace that and maybe group them into like batches of work. And then if I feel pressure, I only have to do a couple of hours, or let's say a session. So I've broken this down that I'm going to do is this session is going to be purely on this, and we'll see how this works. I can 100% highly recommend the Science of Wellbeing. It's a free course. It's offered by Coursera. Coursera also has 2 types of free courses. One are the free courses, and then others are free with a 7-day trial. And I avoid these, the free with a 7-day trial, because I can't do that much work in that short of time. But I do like the free courses. Anyways, very long-winded, massive avoidance strategy of getting after this. One more avoidance strategy. I did some stitching on this badge, and I don't think I'm going to do any more. And I really love having this is thread that I made, because just using that very light stuff it's too light. But there's thread, and it's outlined, and it's kind of pretty. And then this one, and so these 2 things also go in my journal. And then there's a third one that I will be working on shortly. More avoidance to, I need to do the zine. Now, let us get after it with that very long, arduous preamble. Where did we last leave off? So we last left off where this was going to be the zine. Did I do it? This was going to be the fabric. Okay. So what were the things that I needed to decide? Okay, the fabric base. It could be this. It could be something else. We're not sure. Okay, so that fabric base, that's a possibility. This is a remnant, which I think would be a fabulous cover for this, and not necessarily this bit in this orientation, but then be able to do that. So then the first page can be the first page, and page, and page. When I do this, this feels like it's a little over dark. So that may be one of my obstacles as well. I'll put this out of the way for a minute. We've got lots of fabric. So we can do like a large piece like that, but that, it feels too large. And then this is all my labeled stuff. Oh yes, and this is just a piece of quilting backing and just abstract stitching that I saw that I liked. It felt very sort of summery and watery, and so that's why I kind of picked that. These were both 3 of them that are from the coffee journal that I thought might be fun because that's my last known journal that I've been working on. And then more scraps. Oh yes, and these 2, which are, I have quilted into little squares some of the materials because I wanted to see how that would look. And it's very yellow. If you did it, it would be a very yellow based quilt, I think. And then just more stuff, etc., etc. And I have more in another location. So that was a lot. Size decisions. The size will inform everything. Now I need another sheet. Is it in here? Yes, it is. So one of the things that I am interested in looking at this year is a Techo journal. I use a passion planner as my main life journal, but I see a lot of people, including Meg at Meg Journals, using a Techo planner for more diary related, more art journaling related. And one of the things that I liked about it was the size, which is A6. So let us create out of some kind of substantial paper. We are not using the fabric scissors, so no worries there. So what is this? 4.1, 5.8 inches. So it's like a 4x6, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it this way. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 6. That might be a more suitable size. So let's cut this out. Let's do it this way. So the weather is nice today. I was at a Jays game yesterday and they lost, and that's all we are going to say about that. This team is very difficult to cheer for sometimes. And then 4. And that was a bit of a score as much as anything. And then the line and that. There. So that's the size of the Techo planner, more or less. And I think that's a much better size for this zine than this big whacking size. It just feels nicer in the hand. This might be nice if you were doing a full journal, but not if you were doing something else. And the next question is, do I use this material? I have this, which I got at Walmart, which is white flannel, which I thought might be a nice, the flannel is more substantial than this. This is linen and very, very flimsy. This has more oomph to it. And I do believe oomph is the technical term. And there's no reason at all that I got this at Walmart, except that I was there and I needed it and it saved me a trip. So it was 100% based on convenience. And certainly not based on useful price. And it doesn't need to be super neat, I don't think. So I need 2 of those. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need that and that. So maybe that and that. Okay, now we're getting lost. Sewing is hard. What am I doing? I want, what did I say I wanted? I want 1, 2, 3, 4, and then twice that. Okay, I should probably take this thing off the little bolt thing, but I kind of don't want to. I super appreciate your company and your moral support as I work through this. It's terribly important to me. So there's 1. Ish. And there's 2. Ish. And then there's, let's do it this way. There's 1. And then there is 2. Okay. Good enough. So I want this line. Oh, I love the sound of these scissors. I don't think I can tear it, but let's try. Let's try. Oh! That's going to be a little off. All right, we're all right. Ta-da! Okay. Now we just shake all this out back to where it was. Essentially what I wanted to do was have something that can be re-put on the bolt without much fuss. It'd be neat. So there we are, la la la, la 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 la. Okay. Now then, if we've done it right, we will be able to do this. And be able to do this. Oh, we might be able to. And then do that. And it's approximately the size. It's approximately that size. It's almost perfectly that way and a little bit longer. And that gives me some, what we would call scooch room. Okay, so there, that goes there. And this one goes this way. And fold it the other way. We make a small little snip. There we are. There's that one. It's not entirely straight, but that's okay. Put those scissors away. And then fold this up like that. Fold it down like this. And then you suddenly have a fabric zine. And we can do that. Now I suppose I could press this. But I don't think I need to. So this is much more substantial. The flannel really improves this. And then it's something. There's that. And then there's that. And then there's that. Okay, so one of the things that I would like to do is create a little stability on these rough edges. And that means we can do some slow stitching, which is, woo, the best part of everything. I suppose I could use glue. There's no reason why we couldn't, but I just love having the opportunity to stitch something. It just makes my soul happy. So this course, the happiness course, was really, really helpful to me. Many of you know I have brain injury and some mental health issues, and happiness seemed to be a really good goal. And I wanted to know the best way to pursue that. And that's what led me to take the course. How do I want to do this now? Do I care? I don't think I care. Nope. We're just gonna almost like sashiko it, and I need a thimble. And then I found the food course, because eating well is another challenge. So I decided I'd get some information on that, which is precisely why Coursera and their ilk started. The average schmo, of which I am one, could get better for free. There we are. Well, that was fast. Sure, why not? And I do hope there is, oops, come on. Do hope there was enough thread left. There should be. To do the other one, and we're practically finished. Oh! Were you yelling? You might have been yelling. So hysterically, it's too soon to do it's too soon to sew this because I've got to sew these to this first. Oh, all right. Well, oh, boo. Well, if nothing else, my choice to just sew it, way better than if I'd glued it. Come on, you can do it. Did I not cut it all? Yes, I cut it all. Come on. Here we are. Well, sacrifice to the orc jar. There. Oops. There we are. Okay. So, I just wanted to sew something. Move this out of the way a bit. Open this back up. Alrighty. So, not having a plan. That works just fine. 2 of these will work just fine. I like those 2 better. Oh! Yes, this looks so good. I really want like a good bit. These are about 4 by 5, so we can find a square that's about 4 by 5. Just cut that out. It doesn't need to be perfect. I can cut it all the way over because that little strip is going to make me nuts. And we might be able to use it. Okay. I feel like a lot of these are under-labeled. I know what they are now, but I may not in very short order. Okay, and we need some penny pins. So, do I want to do it that way? I want to do it that way. Maybe that way. Come on. And this is not a final pin, it's just the rough pin to put place markers. Okay. Look at that. This is gonna be great. And I'm just turning this around so that I can do it out of order, if that makes any sense at all. So I need, it's the middle one that I want. Yep. This out of the way. We're roaring along. So if nothing else, this feels like the plan of being able to, ooh, I could do it that way. Yeah. I should be able to do that. For all of you non-sewers, that meant using a rotary cutter. And I wanted to just use it. The first time last year, year before, that I did this kind of dyeing, the material was so precious to me that I didn't use it, and I probably still haven't used it. Which is fine, I guess. But you kind of want to use the stuff that you make. Give it an opportunity to be seen and used, because that's kind of why I made it. Okay, so there's that one. So let's put some neatness back to these. So this one is done. There. We just did that one. We could do this one. Goes in the oil jar. As now for something completely different. I could do that one, and this one is probably cut because of that. So let us take the coffee cup, make it a little smaller. I also thought of using this as the flannel, but then the reason why the white would work is because you can see the teacup. Maybe not through that one, but certainly through the other ones that are much plainer. Okay, and I need two more. The green might be a little dark. This is a mishmash of a lot of things. And this is also matches that. So I can do that maybe. Put that on the same thing. Oh, this is fun. Now then, this and this. Need to flip to the other side again. So this was another version of that, but this one has got the best print in it. It's got that piece there. Oh, I didn't pin that. All right, never mind. You can fix that. And as always, I reserve the right to change my mind completely. as I find something new and different. Oh, I can see the maple leaf in that one. And this one is somewhere, isn't it? It's nowhere. It's here. Nope, that's this one. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Here it is. So that and this one are the same. There we are. So that's the same panel. Then once we get them pinned, we can then move them around and adjust so that they are pleasing. What I'm looking for at the moment is just 8 bits. So we've got, oh, yes. Totally forgot about the sage. The sage was so good. Look at that green. That's so beautiful, isn't it? Golly. And that's got some, I don't know if I want the dark green or the light green or the green on the corner. I think I want that one. So this was the label. Get this out of the way again. Now we're just getting better about cutting these off or cutting them out. I would like to have some more of this material. Or I have ample of this material. I have not ample of this in this color. I have ample of this material in white. This is the thing I think about the dyeing season, that like any harvest season, it's not a forever window of time. If you miss your window and you haven't created a storage capacity for, you know, drying it or whatever, you lose your window. Put this back on. So then I know both the material and the year that I did it. There we are. And then sage is back on. Okay, and I think there's probably going to be another one that can dislodge. You could probably dislodge that one. So those are the other scraps. Scrap. This is jewelweed, goldenrod, sumac, and this is more sumac. What did I do with this sumac? I think I probably washed it. And this is unwashed. And it kept the red. And then goldenrod is just the yellow. And jewelweed is, it is such a dull fabric. What did the sumac look like? Oh yes, okay. I could do 2. Oh, so I've got it. So no, that's all right. So one of the things that we need to do is put a little label on it. Even though I'm likely to remember. Ow! There we are. So it's either jewelweed or the goldenrod. I like the goldenrod. goldenrod and buckthorn have a very similar tone, I think. And then what was this? This is marigold and this is walnut. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I knew I had more material. I have more material. Oiga schmoiga. So this is really beautiful stuff. And I think we have that. I think we have that. Okay, so those are two that are represented. Could represent them that way. I'll keep that aside. This was more stuff that I was doing, but I didn't have it the right size. That's some bits. So buckthorn sun-dyed. And this is the lace stuff, which I liked. Goldenrod. So goldenrod I could do in this, which is nice. And this is all the walnut, which is gorgeous. This is sage, or sage. Bits. Orange, yeah, so the marigold is such a soft color. So that's a lot of marigold. Let's put that all together. And bits, and more bits. And we've got that. We've got that. We've got that. Buckthorn. Unironed marigold, which was light. Wild blackberry, which is not great. And more bits and more bits. Blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, remember that. So that one might be a good one too. Okay, so I could make a quilt, seriously, with all of this fabric. But it's the fun, it's the play that I like. It's like now that I have it, it's like, oh, I gotta do something with it. What a pain. I need an Ort jar for this stuff. So, yes, I remember this. This was trying to get, I think there was roses in here. I think those are violets. But I only have the 6 slots, so let's not get, oh yes, and this is strawberry. It's a strawberry plant. Remember that too. Okay, focus, 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 focus. Let's get this back. Get this back. Okay, so what are we keeping? We are totally keeping that, keeping that, keeping that, keeping that. These could be replaced, particularly this one and this one. So this is marigold. So marigold could go there. The goldenrod could go there. This could go here. And the walnut. Where's walnut? I'm gonna fall off my chair if I'm not careful. Oops. Here's the walnut. Is that a better piece? Doesn't matter. Let's just pick one. Let's just pick one, and I think I'm getting close to time here. So this has been a huge, huge help to me to be able to talk about it with you. There we are. Because now we have the zine done, the fabric selected. We have just that one. I reserve the right to replace that one with something else, because then it becomes really 100% eco dyed, and that is starting to feel like the way it should be. What about this one? Okay, so I'm going to leave you now. I need to do some labeling of all of these things. I'll fill in this with whatever blank of material that is missing. I think I've got a couple of options. I've got jewel weed anyways that I could put in here, and maybe blackberry. It'll be light, but that's okay. And then I'll do some rearranging, and then we will be in great shape for sewing. So thank you so much, as always, for being here to support my figuring it out. I super appreciate it. Please like and subscribe for more episodes. Drop me a comment if you have this to say about that in relation to this, or even any of the Coursera or edX courses that I was talking about. That's all for now. I will leave you to it, and we'll see each other soon. Bye now.